The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zixthor raised his crystalline appendage, signaling for attention. Representatives from 47 species sat in their designated alcoves, their varied forms casting strange shadows under the bioluminescent ceiling. "We must address the human question," Zixthor announced, his translator device converting his clicks into standardized galactic common. 3 cycles have passed since their admission to the Council, and still we understand nothing about their true nature. Murmurs rippled through the assembly. The humans had proven to be capable allies, innovative traders, and surprisingly effective diplomats. Yet something about them unsettled the older species. Dr. Calvin, the Thoraxian xenobiologist, projected a holographic display into the center of the chamber. "I have compiled ecological data from every known species in the galaxy," she began, her mandibles clicking thoughtfully. "Every single sentient species evolved alongside natural predators. The Velkari had the shadow stalkers. My own ancestors faced the sky serpents. Even the mighty Krenth developed intelligence to escape the deep hunters of their ocean world." The hologram shifted, showing Earth's biosphere. But humans? They have no natural predators, none, not anymore. "Preposterous," growled Ambassador Throck, his 4 eyes narrowing. "Every prey species needs predators to drive evolution. It is universal law." "That is precisely what troubles me," Dr. Calvin replied. "I have studied Earth's fossil records extensively. Their planet once teemed with apex predators. Cave lions, direwolves, saber-toothed cats, creatures that should have kept humans in check for millions of years. Yet somewhere in their development something changed." She pulled up images of primitive humans. They were not the strongest, not the fastest. Their claws were pathetic, their teeth inadequate. By all biological logic, they should have remained prey forever. "So what happened?" asked Representative Mirazol, leaning forward with genuine curiosity. "They became the predator," Dr. Calvin said quietly. "Not through evolution of tooth or claw, but through something far more dangerous. Persistence and intelligence combined with an unsettling characteristic." The hologram showed human hunters across various time periods. They learned to track prey for days without rest. They developed weapons that struck from distances their prey could not defend against. They domesticated wolves, apex predators themselves, and turned them into allies. They learned to control fire, to cook their food, to survive in every climate on their planet. "Many species use tools," Throck interjected dismissively. "Yes, but humans took it further. Much further." Dr. Calvin's voice carried a note of unease. "They did not just survive their predators. They systematically eliminated them. The cave lions, extinct. The dire wolves, gone. The saber-toothed cats vanished, not through natural selection, but through deliberate action." The chamber grew uncomfortable. This was not typical evolutionary behavior. A human representative, Ambassador Chen, had been sitting quietly in Earth's alcove. Now she stood, her posture relaxed but commanding attention. "May I speak?" Zixthor gestured his assent. "Dr. Calvin's research is accurate," Ambassador Chen said calmly. "But she has missed the critical point. We didn't eliminate our predators out of malice or aggression. We eliminated them out of fear." She walked to the center of the chamber, her soft footsteps eerily quiet compared to the clicking, scraping, and shuffling of other species. "Every species here evolved with predators that shaped your survival instincts. You learned to hide, to develop armor, to fly faster, to burrow deeper. Your predators made you strong in specific ways. But humans," she smiled, and several representatives shifted uncomfortably at the display of teeth. "We were not given the luxury of specialization. We were soft, slow, weak. So we developed something else, the ability to identify threats and permanently remove them." "That is barbaric," Throck muttered. "Is it?" Ambassador Chen challenged. "The Krenth exterminated the deep hunters using biological warfare after achieving sentience. The Velkari collapsed their homeworld's ecosystem trying to eliminate shadow stalkers. My species is not unique in this regard. We simply accomplished it earlier in our development." Dr. Calvin's hologram shifted again, showing data. "She is correct. 14 other species attempted to eliminate their natural predators after achieving advanced civilization. Most failed, causing ecological collapse. 3 succeeded but required thousands of years of technological development. Humans accomplished this with stone tools and fire," the doctor continued. "It took them less than 50,000 years from when they left Africa to when the last megafauna predator died out. They did it on every continent they reached. The implications settled over the assembly like a heavy shroud. So you are asking us to accept a species into the council that has no ecological checks on their behavior? Zixthor asked carefully. A species whose defining evolutionary trait is the elimination of threats? Ambassador Chen met his gaze steadily. No, Ambassador. I am asking you to understand that humans learned very early in our history that we are our own predators now. We evolved past the need for external threats because we became the threat. And then we had to evolve past that too. She gestured to Earth's hologram. Our history is filled with conflicts where we turned on ourselves with the same efficiency we once used against cave lions. Wars, genocides, environmental destruction. We nearly eliminated ourselves dozens of times. Then what stopped you? Mirasol asked softly. We learned, Chen said simply. We learned that the same intelligence that made us apex predators also gave us the capacity for empathy, cooperation, and foresight. We learned to redirect our competitive nature toward exploration, creation, and progress instead of destruction. She looked around the chamber at the assembled species. You fear us because we have no natural predators. But we learned to fear ourselves, and that made us develop something perhaps more powerful than any biological check. Conscience. Dr. Calvin studied the human ambassador thoughtfully. An interesting hypothesis. You suggest that humans self-domesticated? In a sense, yes. We still have the capacity for great violence. That trait kept our ancestors alive. But we also developed strong social bonds, moral frameworks, and the ability to suppress our predatory instincts for the greater good of our communities. We became our own shepherds. The chamber remained quiet as the council members absorbed this explanation. Finally, Zixthor spoke. The mystery of humans may be solved, he said slowly. But I wonder if the answer is more concerning than the question. You are a species that conquered your world so completely that you had to learn to conquer yourselves. Ambassador Chen nodded. Yes, and that is precisely why we sought the stars. We needed a new frontier, new challenges, new purposes. We needed to direct our persistence and problem-solving towards something greater than ourselves. She smiled again, gentler this time. You worry about what humanity will do without natural predators to keep us in check. I assure you, we worry about that too. It is what makes us careful, what makes us cautious, what makes us always question whether we are becoming the monsters we once feared. And that self-awareness, Dr. Calvin said thoughtfully, may be the most human trait of all. The Galactic Council adjourned without reaching a formal conclusion about the human question. But as representatives filed out, many found themselves reconsidering their initial concerns. Perhaps a species that had learned to be its own predator and then transcended that role, had more to teach the galaxy than they had initially feared. After all, humans had spent 50,000 years learning to live without natural predators. The real question was whether the galaxy was ready to learn from them,